Professional, personal, dedicated, and hardworking are just a few ways to describe Carl. He models excellence through his job, his actions, and his interactions with the staff and the community. Carl is always willing to go all in, and I know we talked about this at Convocation, staff who are willing to go all in, and that means to do the best of your ability in your job. It's not because he wants recognition, it's just because he appreciates quality. He has been the primary person responsible for hanging the Reasons to Believe banners at the central office, and he takes great pride to ensure they're displayed properly, and he always checks to make sure there's a map where they should be, checking in, you know. He even came back to the central office months later after they were hung because we had one straggler banner that we couldn't get created till later. So he came just to make sure that was hung as well and followed through. But most recently, he saw oversaw the Inspiring Excellence banner hanging at the Convocation and all the Reasons to Believe banners, all 122 banners at Convocation. Carl hung every one. Yeah. Wow. Every one. You know, I watched him, and he organized them all, and he hung them all, just spaced just the right amount apart. And after they were all hung, I thought, wow, they're so beautiful. And then I saw him going around to each one, and he made sure he clipped every twist, every tie, and to make sure that they were just neat and just the way that he wanted them to be. And they just looked so beautiful the way he put them up. It looked like they truly belonged there. I mean, he did a great job, and they were so beautiful that it almost made me cry. And then I think I saw a tear in his eye because I asked him if he'd take them down after the whole process was over. No, he expected that, and he already had a plan. He took them down, and he organized them by school and got them back to our office. Just amazing. He did an amazing job. He worked extremely hard, and he always does. Carl exemplifies excellence in every way through his work and his actions. And I'm proud that he works for the Kansas City, Kansas Public Schools. I enjoy working with you, Carl. Thank you so much.
On behalf of the board, employee of the Carl Scammahorn. I thought that's what Carl Scammahorn, Employee of the Month, September 2013, from the Board of Education. Thank you, and continue to do what you do for us. Thank you so much.
I just want to say I enjoy working here, and I already received 3 of them. I had to hang them over at Rosedale, so I got all the rest to hang again, 220 left, because they're going to put them in Washington and Wyandotte and Slagle. But I'm looking forward to it, so thank you.
You're going to personally hang those yourself?
Oh, yeah.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much.
I don't know Mr. Day very well. I've been at Sumner for 1 year. We work in different departments. But one thing I know, and I knew before I even started at Sumner, is that he was a great teacher. The very first day before I went to Sumner, my very first day of teaching at Sumner, I was sitting on my front porch like I always do, having a cup of coffee, and my neighbor was out working in the yard. And anyway, he is a graduate of Sumner, and now he's a graduate of Kansas State University. I knew you would like that. And he's also now a teacher at the University of North Carolina. So, quality human being. And I asked him, Seth, is there anyone, are there any teachers that you want me to say hi to? And he immediately, I mean, this is like in the morning, he didn't even see me. He said, yeah, Mr. Day. And so to me, that spoke volumes. And so I sought Mr. Day out and made sure that I told him that. I was actually in a bunch of different rooms, and so I was in a room right next to his, and I let him know of that compliment. That's a get-it-done human being. And then last year, I had the pleasure of serving on a committee that he chaired, and it was around spreading out our IB learner profile and all the habits of mind, and taking that from just our IB students, our upperclassmen, and spreading that out over the school. And so just as one example of his get it done attitude and the fact that he gets like the really important things done. We talked about what we were going to do, and then it happened, and he delegated. And one example of that, and I would really encourage you to check it out the next time you're at Sumner, is going to the new part of the building. There's a ramp, and on that ramp are those habits of mind, being knowledgeable, being open-minded, being a risk taker, that our kids painted. He just delegated, and it happened. And it's the same way with all of the other ideas that we've had. So I just felt compelled to nominate him. I'm very glad that I did. I'm very glad that you accepted. And just know that he is getting it done. And talking about literacy, he's getting it done. These kids are ready to go to college. They're ready to write. They're ready to excel in any class, whether it be English or social studies, etc. So just want to say, Kevin, it's a privilege to work with you. It's a privilege to be at Sumner, the #1 school in the state of Kansas. Yeah. And it's people like him that made it that. Thank you.
And I just want to say thank you for the recognition to the board, and thank you for your focused commitment to education in this community, and particularly to Sumner. And if I'd known you were going to play the music you play here, I'd be here more often. Bill Withers and Stevie Wonder, hard to beat. And Dave, was that the succinct version that you gave?
Yeah, it was.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you so much.